Hello, welcome to episode 28 of our Ostriv Alpha 5.2 Let's Play. It is September of 1781, and we have 1,419 residents in our town. Pretty big for this early in a Let's Play series, honestly. The row houses are helping quite a bit with that. Now, last time, speaking of row houses, we built all of these guys up here. Did a little bit of expansion in the way of production of... What am I looking for? Well, that's right. The hop yards that we put over here. Yeah, we did a lot of expansion in the way of production for food and also housing. Chiefly these things right here and also some other houses. We have some still in the build queue. Up in this area we have currently 3 of these waiting to be built, and we're going to continue expanding over here as well this time around. Probably put in some more farm fields, maybe another entire farm because, well, we are still pretty far away from having a fully sustainable food supply. And we're only getting more and more people in our town. Hence, why we're building so much more stuff. But we have a number of other things we need to get to today as well. We have a need for a tavern up here. We do have one all the way over here. But that is really... I mean, it's not too far away for these guys, but... we're going to keep building over here, so it would probably be a smart idea for us to have a tavern. Maybe in this general area... or possibly outside here, next to the hop yard, or over here somewhere. We're definitely going to need some more of that. We also need to continue growing more hops, even though we just added these 2 hop yards. We're going to need a lot more because we're going to have to keep expanding our beer production as well, because that's something that's very easy to make good money exporting. And we're going to need to do a whole lot of exporting so we can have a whole lot of importing, because despite all of these fields you see, we still cannot grow enough to sustain our population. And it is, well, it's not really a problem because we can always import, but again, we have to have money to do that. So we'll take a look at that. We also need to do a little bit more decorating over here in our plaza that we kind of started a couple episodes ago and then got off track doing some other stuff. But we can do a little bit of that today, a little bit of decorating inside of here. And then also we have a couple other things we want to check out and try to see if we can get to work. But chiefly among those, of course, is food, followed probably pretty closely by building some more houses with gardens so people can grow their own food and sell it back to the town so we can sell it to other people. So we'll be keeping a pretty tight watch on this area over here as these trees get removed and we have all these other houses being put in. Actually, since we're already over here, why don't we take a moment and put in a couple more of these houses with gardens. Now we're going to see a warning pop up here in just a second that we have a house that is too far away from a market stall. And that's to be expected because we are, at the moment, too far away from the market stalls. But we can pretty easily fix that by, you guessed it, adding more market stalls, which we'll do in a little bit. Just want to make sure we are taking full advantage of all of this space on the corner and outside of the map to try and grow as much stuff in people's yards as possible. They'll do it if you let them. Yeah, see, there's that warning. No market stalls nearby. We'll probably, in this general area, end up putting a nice selection of them. Because remember, we have houses going all the way up here, so probably a little wedge area right here. Going to be filled with market stalls. Maybe, well, we already have this granary right here that is going to be buying things from people's homes. We might need a second one, depending on how stuff is looking. But right now we have the next item up for construction is this warehouse next to our iron ore mine. And you know what I'm going to go ahead and do? We need to be building additional iron ore mines. And I'm not sure if we can actually build another one on this deposit right here. Ah, yes, the cows are here saying hello. So I think I might be able to fit another one here if I didn't have that in the way, but if not, at the very least, we can put another one of them over here. We do have our brickworks right there, but there is absolutely nothing stopping us from putting... Oh, I could almost fit 3 here. Almost. Now I kind of want to I kind of want to check this, see if I can actually exploit this. Wait, I think I can. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if we stick that right there. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay, bud. 3 in a row. That is so ridiculous. There's no reason for this, and yet we're going to do it. So you might be wondering why I'm going to put 3 right next to each other. Well, the simple answer is because we want to get a whole lot of iron, and we want to be able to make sure we can make things like our horseshoes and our metal parts and our nails, because we can export horseshoes and make a ton of money if we have the volume. And right now, our smeltery can't get enough iron ore, even though, well, I guess it's not really having a problem keeping up so much as it is just probably far away. But I want to see if we can have 2 smelteries next to each other. I'm not sure about that because of how this this little dam works here. But I'm very, very tempted to try it out and try to put another one in. See if we can get that to work. At the very least, we need to be building a stockpile of ore so this can just be running constantly. And I know it can support at least one more mine. But I figured, you know what? Why not go for broke, stick a whole bunch of them right here, and see what we can get away with. So for right now, we'll just stick this guy right there. Probably shouldn't have built it blocking this iron ore deposit, but we can always just demolish this and move it if we have to. We can take advantage of all of our deposits here and be a little bit more realistic, I suppose. But hey, it's all fun anyway, right? So they'll take care of that. We also have this pavement that we put in last time, and we're going to continue going around the side here, connect up with this, maybe see if there's something we can put right here, and it might end up being another little warehouse just for some hops, depending on how everything is going to fit in. Because I put this in before we did our corner row houses here. So I'm trying to think about... It might actually let me... No, not quite. Ah, I can get away with doing that. I can get away with doing that. There we go. Nope, that was a bridge. I don't want that. I wanted the pavement. Thank you. Now, I think I want to come in... yeah, actually, let's see if I can get too short. Yeah, it's not going to let me do that. But I think I can do... Yep, I can do that one right there. And then I can come in not quite that sharp. How far out am I going to have to go for this? Oh, I might actually just be able to do... yeah, I can do that. I don't know, I'm just sitting here talking to myself while I'm trying to place this. That's fine, it's totally normal and healthy, right? Okay, that's gonna go, let's say right about there. And I think we might actually be able to just have this kind of come out to maybe right about here-ish. And then we'll decide how we want that to connect to everything. But I know we can for sure put a warehouse, maybe 2, depending on the depth of this. That might be a little much, so if we come out to, say, here, and just put those 2 like so, give ourselves a little bit of a buffer room. Oh, it's so hard to build without the buildings actually being here, because then you can't see anything. So what I'll do instead is I'll come right here. Nope, nope, unclick, there you go. Try to find my way using the collision mesh as an aid. And I think... actually, let's come all the way up here and then... Either that... Come up like this, because we are going to have stuff connect here. So maybe we'll just do... maybe we'll just do this. See how that works. I know right now this seems like I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And to be honest, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what you're seeing here. It's a lot of trial and error when you're when you're trying to figure this out live. Oh, that's almost. It is very close. I think I can get away with doing that. Yeah, so pretty much this whole area is going to be covered in pavement, which is fine. If we don't like it, we can always rip it up and start over. Look how small this is now. This is really stupid. This is really dumb. Let's move these warehouses down to the end. Try to kind of group this stuff in a logical order. I think these trees are going to be big detractors to getting these houses built in a timely fashion. So since we're already over here, we're already going to be kind of waiting on most of that. Is that this house? So this can actually, these three can be built without waiting for tree cutting. So let's, yeah, let's move that pavement down there so they're all together. The smart ones among you will understand that I'm setting up for a big old time lapse later. The rest of you, well, you're smart too. You just maybe not have seen enough of these videos to understand where I'm going with this. But we'll go ahead and get a couple more houses set up here. If I can figure out what the boundaries of this are without being too incorrect, then I think we can go ahead and start putting in our little marketplace here. Try to get our stuff in more or less the right spot. The shadows make it a little difficult unless you're at this kind of an angle right here. So let's stick that there. I like to use these archways to give myself a little bit of a frame of reference. And then, of course, over here, we're going to have to rotate to kind of follow along with this, but I do want to keep kind of a straight-ish line between all of these. I guess we'll start with that. Probably will be fine, and then we can take our fences and outline the area and then fill in the gaps. So that is going to come out to right about here. This is going to come out to right about here. And then right here we'll put in, if I can select the right thing, a little arch. Kind of at an angle here. That looks, I think that's probably pretty good. Let's check out some fences. Yeah, you know, that's about as good as we're going to get. So that fence there is going to help us there. This one can come across, and we will end up sticking this right about here, connect to the edge there. Just a little space we'll probably fill with some trees. And then we can either, taking a look at our plots that are going up here, we can either just kind of cut this off right here, or we can expand it a little bit, make a little bit of a park area, and then fill some other stuff in. I think that's what I would like to do. So if we were to come out to maybe about here, and then just kind of 90-degree angle everything up to about right here, I think. Oh, very, very close. It's just a little bit too far. So we'll put that fence there so we can have a frame of reference. Come back here, delete, and then connect. All right, and there you go. We have this fenced-in area that we can now fill with some market stalls and some other things. We already have our regular granary right here. I think we might want to go ahead and put in a smaller one over on this side, just kind of backed up against one of these. Maybe, I don't know, I don't think I want to put it in the corner, but we might be able to kind of stick it along, crazy mouse over here, stick it along this side right about here. Kind of divide this up into a couple different sections. So we'll have that there. And then I think, since we're kind of far away from some other stuff, we can put in a warehouse in this kind of squared off corner, just right next door, leave enough room on the side to plant some trees. And then we can have market stalls kind of in the middle here. Make sure to leave some space for cart sheds, occupants to go and do their thing. So we can kind of line the outside here. That is not the trade and transport. I saw the scales and I thought, oh, that's the marketplace icon. No, it's not. I have hundreds of hours in this game and I still make that mistake. I don't really know why. But as the kids say, them's the breaks. All right, so let's get this lined up a little better with our fence here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. So we'll just go ahead and plop that right there. Probably put 2. Yeah, I'm going to leave this space open right there. We'll just have those 2 next to each other. These don't have to be adjacent by any means. So it is okay to have a little bit of stuff around the outside here. Just kind of roughly spaced out. That is fine. We'll put 2 right next to each other there. And then come in with a 3rd. A little bit detached. Right, like so. There we go. So now we have 5. And I believe to offer everything, we have to have... Oh, what is it now? 7 or 8? Well, let's find out. Let's just autofill until it stops autofilling. Oh, well, there it goes. It stopped autofilling. Okay, firewood, clothes, shoes, Rilka. Where are my warm clothings? There they are. Then we'll go with the other essentials, beer and mead. Where's the mead? There it is. Yep. Should be good there. And then, of course, we'll have other things as soon as people start selling. But these are a good baseline to start out with. Of course, we always are going to want to have stuff like beef. And then chicken eggs, chicken meat. We can always have pork and sallow as well. There we go. So we'll have those 3 to start out with. Just to make sure that we have something available for people to buy. We're kidding ourselves if we think we're going to be able to sell fish. We can't possibly ever have enough fish. So these 2 are going to sit idle for right now. But we'll go ahead and get all of this taken care of. Copy our settings over from here. Looking good. And somehow we're almost 20 minutes into a video and we're still in single speed. So apologies for that. We'll go in turbo mode right now. This warehouse is just about done. They just have to put the roof on. Then we can tell them to store iron ore here, even though they have this enormous reservoir right here. But if this is going to go the way I think it's going to go, then we're going to have a ton of iron ore, and we're going to need somewhere to put it. So, actually, I can't click on that. Okay, there we go. There's my iron ore. We'll just stick a cool 10,000 right there. Copy paste our settings once again. The day this was added to the game was one of the best in the history of gaming. Anyone who has seen my Alpha 3 Let's Plays are going to remember that it is absolutely painful to deal with some of that stuff. Hey, now we're over here building houses. It's going to be nice to have people moving in this area and continuing to grow things that they can then sell to the granaries as they are right now. So actually, now that this is kind of stocked up, yeah. Let's get some of this stuff in here. Looking good. And as this continues to get stocked up from people selling, we can add some more things and then add some more market stalls, continue to flesh this out and see what else is in store. But for right now, I think this is a nice start to a little marketplace area. And we'll see what happens next. Of course, we have this field that is in the process of being cleared. Hopefully should be by March. We'll continue to keep growing things. And we also have, well, we do have, that's still assigned to this farm. I guess that's fine. We have now 7 fields here and an 8th one. Oh, no, we only have 6? Oh, this is still attached to the wrong farm. That needs to go here. I can't believe I'd missed that. Okay, well, that's supposed to be on that farm. And then this one will come along here. And then we're going to need to have more fields here, but they're not going to be able to get to this by March. We're just going to kind of have to keep adding one at a time. We have so much housing available. We just don't have people moving in because our entertainment needs keep flickering on and off and on and off. So I guess theoretically we don't need to add more housing because we have so many open, but we definitely need more housing with gardens. See, there it goes again. Taverns not functioning correctly because this guy does not have enough beer. But we have a brewery right here. And we have storage of beer and all this other stuff right here. So, oh, they're in their 80s. What are you still doing working? That's one thing this game like doesn't let people retire, which, I don't know, maybe that's a function of actual 18th century Ukrainian society where people may have had to work. I don't know. But, man, they're 80 years old. Let them retire. Pass it down to this guy. Oh, he works in the smithy. All right, well, that's fine. I mean, he's got adult kids with kids. So these are, wow, okay. So this is the grandkid, the kid. That's the wrong side of the family. I think it was, yeah, personal. Yeah, born in 1752. So she's already 28. She's got a kid. Her parents are the ones whose parents run this. Wow, okay, so they're great-grandparents. And they're still running a tavern. How about that? What a work ethic. Now, I don't have a lot of money to buy stuff, but we can sell. And this is part of why, okay, good, we have tons of horseshoes. This is part of why I want to scale up iron production, because we can just have an infinite stock of this stuff. And we can start selling metal parts. Look at all the metal parts we have in storage. We just can't export them because they're not exportable. We can export iron, which I did not know was a thing until recently. So if we have tons of stuff refined up, ready to go, then we're golden. We're in a great shape. We're just kind of not in great shape in terms of funds to purchase things. That's how it goes, though. We got these two houses looking good. The game is thinking a whole lot, isn't it? All right, anything else? Yes, garlic and cabbage looking good. Stuff can get bought here. We should... I remember there being a separate option to purchase goods from citizens versus selling the price that goods would be sold at. So either I'm misremembering or I'm just dumb. But I remember this being two separate things, or maybe the wording was changed to where this previously said the price that you... something along the lines of the price you purchase goods from citizens at versus market products price. Because the way this reads, I would assume this means this is the price relative to what the import-export value is of something that we are selling to our own citizens versus purchasing. But who knows? Not me, I guess. Which these guys are good. 32 houses available. Man. We sure are calculating a lot. I hope that's not harbinger of bad things to come. 10 trees left. This will definitely be ready by March, which is good news. So we probably need to think about putting in another farm somewhere, maybe even over here. We can find a decent spot to place one. Because I think if I put a big farm right around here, it shouldn't be too bad. This is pretty much the edge of the map. Yeah, it's the edge of the map. So if we start out with a couple of big fields here, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing ever. So let's actually move this to the very front of the line. Get this built up. We'll define some fields. And by that time, hopefully, this field's ready to go. And then we can have a really long time lapse. Make sure that we're in a little bit better position going into next spring. Yeah, we still have 31 housing units available. But it keeps flashing on and off with these taverns, so who knows? Who knows what's actually happening? I think our best bet is to just try and get to a position where we can export stuff so we have enough money to buy any and all alcohol that comes across. What's our storage looking like here? We're half full. I think we haven't really exported any broadcloth. I don't think that many people really even want it. So let's get rid of the broadcloth. Let's replace it with iron. Just stock iron. Because I know we can end up selling that. That'll be fine for there. It's all good. And there we go. It's going to be so nice when all of this is ready to go. I kind of want to put another one of these squares of row houses in. But enough about that. Let's see if we can find a good spot to put a tavern in here. I think, honestly, I kind of want to just put one right here, except this is a house that people live in, and putting it right next to these charcoal piles is probably not the best idea. So I wonder if we could get away with just kind of sticking it in the center here and kind of putting in a little path in through the front of it. So if I were to do that, might not be the worst thing ever. Might not be the best thing ever, but I think that wouldn't be a terrible spot for it. Everyone certainly would make use. That is for sure. So we'll get around to that at a later date. Our field's done now. So now I have to remember what I said last episode I would make this field into. I think based on our situation here, the wheat is actually looking really good. We don't have a lot of barley, which is funny because that's so much of what we're growing. I do wish I could just kind of copy-paste field settings in between, well, fields. This is set to, I was growing hemp there, and I was growing hemp here. Flax is probably better overall because you get the linseed you can also feed to animals. I actually don't know about the difference between hemp and flax in terms of actual yield. I just know that hemp takes 69% of the blue nutrient and flax takes 60%. So why does this have... I don't need to have 2 fallows in a row. So that's starting on the hemp, that's starting on the fallow. So we can start this one right on the barley phase. That's looking fine. This farm is done, which is good because we're going to go ahead and supply for everything. Copy paste our settings. As soon as that's taken care of, we need to get these plows ordered ASAP. And yeah, that's coming in. We already have tons of oxen thanks to our bull shed over here. That should still have... Oh yeah, they got tons. We'll need to keep up on this and see how we're doing over here with... I think this is only cows in this one? Yeah. So we still don't have enough milk to start production because, of course, we don't. That's apparently just how this works. As weird and frustrating as that is. But now we are stocked, we are making plows, and we can come in here with our favorite pastime ever, which is drawing these enormous fields. So I think we're going to want to maybe start right around here-ish. Come out 50 units. How far does this take us? Oh no, that's not going to do it all. No. We need to come up maybe to about here. Oh, I'm gonna do my best to approximate a straight line, and it's probably not going to be great, but that's okay. All right, so that's 50-50 there. Can I get? No. That is not only too long. Okay, so that is... Oh, this is playing tricks on me here. So if I actually start here, I can block this whole thing off. So that's completely wrong. Let's not start there. Let's start in the corner. Make things a little easier for ourselves. I'm sitting here psyching myself out trying to do basic farm geometry. That's not how we need to be doing things here. Now let's see. Can I get this all the way? Yes, I can. Just get that a little bit closer. There we go. That is it's fine, I guess. That's all right. That field there. Come over. Start this here. Go over there. Automatic 50. Automatic 50. And we'll just go until it won't let us go anymore, and 2,500. As soon as I actually click the correct spot. Cool, so that is actually probably about our best case scenario. I did want to put another bridge right about here. I don't know now if I still can, because of how this is set up, but thanks to our friend Insane Terraforming, we might actually get to see... Are you serious? I can do that? Oh, that is a game changer, friends. That is a game changer. I can go over this little rock wall. Yes. That is a game changer, he says for the 8th time in a row, as people start assembling angry mobs. Families moving out. Why? Firewood. It's my favorite problem. Oh my. Okay, we are actually out of firewood. We only have 600. Okay, so this is the part where we're going to have a really, really bad time unless we figure something out really fast. Because if you don't have any firewood, you can't do anything. So let's go with single speed. This might mess up our plans just a little bit. Okay, now, I know I said that the Memorial Forest of Shame would never be chopped down. And I'm going to try to hold myself to that, but just know that if it comes to it, we will cut this down to ensure the survival of our colony here. Fortunately, we do have other options, like building another forestry right here. Oh, excuse me, right here. Well, I guess not if the terrain is uneven. Oh, they really don't want me putting anything on here, do they? And I guess I'm going to have to put one right about here, huh? Seems like a kind of a foregone conclusion at this point. So we're going to go into emergency forestry mode. Put that at the very front. And then we'll find another spot that will fit a forestry. We don't have a lot of trees here, so I kind of don't want to commit to that. But at the same time, we probably... Okay, another family's moving out. I did a mistake, is what I did. Okay, is that a forestry or is that a carp? That's a forestry. All right, well, that's okay because there's... Okay, there's not really that many more trees left over here. Oh, they've been doing a number on this stuff, man. So I think what we're going to have to do is start planting trees. And just kind of go for broke here. Alright, is that going to get me to too long? That needs to go all the way to the back. There we go, 36, 49. Does it really matter? Not really. But I'm a man of principles. So they're going to plant that one, and they're going to plant this one. We're just going to go all the way down. And I do mean all the way down. We'll start with those two. It's going to take them a really long time to get all those planted, but we can, right in the middle, kind of game the system here, I guess, and put in some industrial tree farming in the form of a forestry right there. And then over here, oh, I did an error by not having these be completely square. I will accept my punishment. But let's have those two right there, those two kind of sitting in like that. Can I? Ooh, it's so close. It's so close. So close to perfect. But that's fine. We'll stick ourselves a warehouse right there that we can put in some firewood. So we'll go ahead and get those three built immediately. And I mean immediately. So they can start taking care of this. And we'll have actual tree farming because we ended up cutting a whole lot more trees than I thought was even possible. Is this turned on? It sure is. That's good. That's good. So this is now actually able to go. Let's decide real quick what kind of stuff. Man, we are out of food over here. I'll say I'm always so tempted to just keep growing the same stuff every single time. Do we not have a manager? No, we don't. Okay. Well, let's get a manager. Come on in. There you go. Now we can do crop rotation just like we wanted to. Most important is probably going to be setting up a potato buckwheat. That's not buckwheat. Potato barley rotation. Potato buckwheat rotation. That's not barley. It should be buckwheat. That's what I was trying to say, before I was so rudely interrupted by myself. So we'll set that off. We'll do the same thing over here. Get that just one more thing over. Set on the buckwheat. Get them started plowing that. Then add ourselves another field. I think we should be, hopefully, in a... Uh-oh, we got trees to remove. Well, that's going to be a problem. 50 units. 50 units. All right. That will be fine. Family's moving out. Let me guess. Firewood? Yes. Unfortunate tragedy. These are so small now. I can't even see numbers. Does that say 7? Yeah, okay. All right, now I got to zoom in because I got old man eyes. Yes, I know that many of you are older than me. My eyes, however, are terrible. I haven't had an eye test in several years, actually, but the last time I had one, my prescription was -7.5. Which is, if you are not familiar, not very good. Okay, let's get this up to the maximum size, 18 trees. We'll move that up to here. The good news is they are actually removing trees. The bad news is it's still going to take a while before all of this is ready to go. And our firewood situation really isn't going to get any better. We're going to have a massive wave of moving out. Even if I did allow people to chop this, there's no forestry anywhere near here. And it's going to be a struggle bus for a while, folks. Fortunately, we have plenty of housing available, and I guess we will continue to have plenty of housing available. Best laid plans go to waste, right? Here we are 40 minutes into this episode, and I'm having to do damage control. But that is the way things go. Where's that forestry that I built? Good. Right here. Get to work immediately doing nothing but making firewood. Please. I beg of you. Alright, alright. This isn't funny anymore. Come work here. I will pay you whatever you want. There you go. We'll have to remember to fix that later. Yeah, but let's get to work immediately, gentlemen. Go cut down some trees and start making firewood, because we need you. Absolutely must have some more stuff here. Good news is we have a fully planted field of potatoes and a field of, well, mostly planted buckwheat. And if this is done correctly, then we should have enough time to plant another field. Probably, judging by this, it's going to need to be wheat. All right, so one of these is ready to go. There we go. Let's just make only firewood, shall we? All of you. Only firewood and planting trees. That is what you are allowed to do. Moving out, moving out, moving out, and yet our population isn't really going down because families just keep moving in. Chumps. Yes. This is the Ostriv I know and love. This is my Alpha 4.7 Let's Play all over again. Good times. Now, the bad news is it's already May, and I need 2 more trees taken out before I can plant this field. And as it stands now, we might not get anything planted here because of how long it takes to plant things. Alright, that other forestry is done. Let's just go ahead and hire people here. Only firewood. And go. Now, it would be really nice if we could get this other tree done in any manner of expedience as the game slowly, well, becomes slower. Bet you can't guess what's going in here. That's right, it's firewood. All 10,000 units worth. Alright, we have the one thing left. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it, folks. I just don't see it. I could have just made this a smaller field. Oh well. So instead what we'll do, since I know we can, let's come over here, put in a little tiny field. Little tiny field. And grow. What should we grow? It's probably going to have to be wheat if we're being honest with ourselves. Yeah, I get to plowing this immediately. Then I think laborers, just for the sake of actually getting this planted, let's do that. And then I think on this other side here, I was going to try to avoid it, but I guess that's kind of pointless now, huh? 50 units. Can I actually... Is that going to be... Can't build on water. Okay, that might actually work. Get 50 here. Build out 50 here. Is it going to let me do that? That just looks so strange like that. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, that is... Too long, too long, too long. Alright, come on. You know I have to be completely insane to do this. 50, 50, 50, 50. Cool. So, can I actually plant something that fast? Flax, let's activate to the next thing. Get that going. Get our laborers in here and plow and plow and plow immediately. Should have done this a whole lot sooner. But you know how this works. This probably wasn't the best choice of field placement. We'll probably redo this after the season's over, if this even gets planted at all. I think they shouldn't have any problem actually planting this in the next week. Yeah, this guy's not even going to be done plowing yet, which is a shame. It's too bad they can't just start planting. Oh well, learn from my mistakes and become better people for it. That's all you can really hope for at the end of the day, right? Oh, now the field's done. It's going to be way too late for this. Way too late. Alright, so this one will advance to flax. Maybe it might let us. Maybe. Somehow I severely doubt that. But we'll give it a shot anyway. There's no reason not to. You don't lose anything planting. I just wish it would let you start sowing later and just have a smaller yield. I don't know. There's probably some actual farming reason that that doesn't work. But it's still letting people come in. So maybe there's hope yet. It would be really nice to have that full-size field for sure. I think we got it. Maybe. Yeah. It's fully sown. So I guess that's good. Yeah. It's got a growth bar, and I clicked back in and it's going, so we did it. We got ourselves another field. And it just automatically advanced to fallow after it was plowed. Well, that's unfortunate, but, you know, I'm not going to say it. You're all thinking it. So this is looking fine. Planting trees. Making firewood. I think our firewood crisis is over, thankfully. So that's good that that's taking place how we wanted that to happen. We got another field here. We can go ahead and move way back. We got these houses here. I think we can probably go ahead. Now this is already empty, but soon we should put another couple market stalls in. Might actually just go ahead and stick them in because we're, already here. Why not, right? Put in... There are 2 right there. See what else is popping in. It's not going to let us... Okay, why are you moving out? Oh, now it's food, huh? You have the firewood, but you don't have anything to cook with it. Well, can't say I blame you. That's fine. We'll just have to grin and bear it. So now that this is in place, let's go ahead and kind of get this all set up. Let's have this house back all the way up. And then, oh, is it going to let me too long, huh? Okay. Place is occupied by what? Oh, those trees. Okay. Now, if I can do that. Yeah, this is probably too wide of a space here. Is it mad about something intersecting here? Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll stick that house there. That should be, hello? I'm clicking, I'm dragging. Thank you. Alright, I don't have money either, but can I sell this guys anything? I don't have sunflower oil to replace. Broadcloth I do have. Please buy my broadcloth. Thank you. Clothing. Please buy my clothing. Please allow me to click and drag. Thank you. What else are we selling? Do we have apples? No. Do we have beer? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. That is progress. Do I dare try to do... Oh, we're moving out again. Mead. Mead. Let's try buying 15,000. No, I'm not going to get... Not going to be able to get 15,000, but I can get 10. And I can get... maybe not. I can get 2,000 honey, for sure. Moving out because food. And more moving out because food. Well, if you'll stick around to the harvest, then there's going to be plenty of food. Just don't eat for the next 3 months. You might be okay. See, look how pathetic. Look how pathetic the growth is here. Oh, boy. Well, we tried. We did our very best. And that's what matters. There we go. It still isn't going to let me... Really? Can't reassign during a season. It's not growing anything, man. Okay, do you have any actual food? No, you do not. Do you have stone? Yes, you do, but I don't have money. I wonder, lime-wise... Oh, I got enough lime to make some more. I really need some stone, so I'm kind of wondering if I just have a couple of these smaller ones, it should... Okay, no, I don't have enough to do another one, but we definitely need to get some more. Oh man, and here I was. I thought we're gonna be smoking here. We're gonna be getting so much done this episode. It's gonna be great, and then tragedy strikes, as it often does. It's fine. The good news is we seem to have a lot of hops. We have 5,000 in storage, and we have all of these hop yards actually in the midst of harvesting, which is very good because then we can have plenty more to make beer with. And we don't have any stored right now, but we will as soon as stuff goes through here. They're waiting on barley. Yeah, that's the problem. We really need to be growing more barley. A whole lot more barley. All right, now we're gonna do a fun one here. We're gonna be planting extra trees, and it's gonna tell us we have to cut down trees to plant trees because we're going into the corner here to get everything lined up. Yep, we have to remove 16 trees so we can plant trees. That's the way this works, folks. All right. Still no food. We have plenty of that. Don't need to be buying. Oh, I actually have some money. Maybe I should buy some buckwheat. How are we looking on buckwheat? Okay, we're starting to harvest, so I actually don't need to buy food right now. What I should be doing is focusing on making sure they can get these houses built. So next year, these same people can be, you know, planting gardens and harvesting food and all that good stuff. But instead, we spent our time trying to fix all those problems. All right, this is waiting. Oh, calculations, please do not crash. Please and thank you. All right, good. If we're going to resign ourselves to cut down trees just to plant crops, then I think we might as well go all in. Where's the corner? This one right here? Yeah. Yeah, let's just keep on going. Let's come all the way over here. Back to the corner. Then make those 50s match up. All right. So that one needs 20 trees taken out. I wonder how fast they can actually get to this. Man, the geometry of the landscape is really playing tricks on my brain. That is not great. You know, I probably should actually just leave this as a little gateway right here. So what if we did instead coming up here? That is not straight, not straight. All right, that'll work. This will be a much more achievable goal to 3 trees. And then we can come over here and do the same thing that we did over there, except in a different spot. Coming up to 50 length here. Don't worry, if you're bored now, then just hang tight for a second. I just have to get this in the correct spot. And then we can largely ignore this until the next spring. Hopefully they can get that done by then. If not, then... oh, I did an oopsie here. That was not in the correct spot. So let's move that up there. That is pretty close. We'll go with that. So now we have all of this fun. We have all these trees that have to get removed. Oh boy. What fun, what fun. Now if I were a smart man, I would have put a forestry here instead. Which, oh, I know this is going to really irritate some of you doing this like 5 times in a row. Let's see. Is this the correct width? Oh, that is almost perfect sized. Almost perfect size. Let's get our rotation from here. Let's get our forestry from here. Flip that bad boy around twice. And here you go. We'll just put a forestry right here. Move that guy immediately to the front. And then back behind here for the 18th time. Plant this field. Come right up against the side here. Is it even going to let me place places occupied, huh? All right, that's gonna be fine. We'll just do that small one. So if this one is potatoes and buckwheat, and that one's potatoes and buckwheat, this one is wheat and flax. This one is also wheat and flax. This one should also be most likely wheat and flax. This little one, oh, this is wheat and flax. Something tells me these small ones should probably be sunflowers and flax. And then, yeah, we'll do the same thing down here. And just let them rotate through everything. And I think we'll be good. So yeah, that was maybe a little more chaotic than it needed to be. Man, we're already at 57 minutes. Time flies when you have a enormous production crisis. So I'll tell you what. Let's do a little bit more detailing in here. Make some stuff look nice. And then have ourselves an epic length time lapse to get all of this taken care of. And hopefully, we'll be in a good spot here. So, we have these maple trees right here. We have this chapel. We need to kind of direct some traffic flow around here. This is a thoroughfare to get to the other side, but I don't want them to cut through this. I want them to be able to use our paved areas we've set up. And I think that would be nice to have everything taken care of that way. So let's see. Kind of channel our walkways around here with the fence there. We'll come all the way around to the other side. That's too long. Of course it is. Fence behind here to a fence behind here. And then have that come along to the back side here. Get this to be about the right angle. There we go. So now that's going to prevent people from kind of cutting through, but they can still get access to all of this back here. We'll have some more trees put in. We'll put in some bushes, some benches, and everything. Look, I mean, they are using the benches. A couple people say, hey, you have benches right outside the gazebos. They sit inside the gazebos. Yeah, well, this is enough housing for like 400 people. You're going to have places for people to sit, man. So that is A-okay there. And then I think we're going to end up doing a similar thing here to kind of box things out. But I don't want to fully commit to that just yet because I think there's plenty of other stuff we need to be doing first. So in here we have other options for decoration. We do have our Patron of the Arts Monument. We probably should do another one. We have gazebos already. But I'm thinking we put a lot of trees in. We got to get this forestry up and running real quick. Put a lot of trees in. And then get these guys something nice to look at. Maybe put in some other paths here, because we did leave this open in the middle. And we have the option to come in and do some pavements, just kind of little segments meandering along here. So let's see, how close can I get? Oh, that's actually not bad. Don't worry, I'm not going to have too much of this set up in a super boring way, because I do, believe it or not, respect your time. Try not to do too much crazy stuff here. So I think what we'll go ahead and do is we'll just get this kind of set up a little bit more, and then we'll go into full-on time-lapse mode. I'll keep doing some of this decorating. We'll do a little bit of setting up as stuff comes up that needs to be set up, and then we'll see you on the other side. But let's go ahead and just get this finished off here. Come right in front of our chapel. Connect this up right here. There we go. So that's going to be one side just kind of up like that. We'll kind of duplicate it going over there, plant a couple things in the middle of winter, and this is where we'll start the time lapse. We'll see you on the other side whenever all of this crazy stuff is done. Alrighty, let's get going. Alright folks, that is the entirety of our build list, and boy did that take a while. Unfortunately, it is winter, so you're not going to see the full gamut of colors, but I do think this ended up looking pretty nice. You see we have our benches kind of lining our little cobblestone walkway with our pathing failure lines in the middle. But we're going to continue detailing. Next episode, add some benches and some other fun stuff back here. And then also get these areas. This is a pretty good start. I wish I could show you what this looks like in not winter time, but I don't think we're going to get to March before the end of the episode, so we'll just have to live with it, unfortunately. But we do have our other tavern here operating, albeit slowly and sporadically, but it is operating. All this pavement is looking pretty nice. Up to 1,557 people in the town. Fully occupied, out of housing. And we are producing food, and all that stuff is just not quite as much as we need. This farm has done pretty well, though, all things considered. I'm going to definitely lower this back down a little bit. And go to 100% probably on all of those. But I'm glad we had this forestry put in, because now these guys can start getting rid of all these other trees. Of course, they are going to have to keep getting rid of these, because we're going to be putting more and more fields here. Just quickly remove these pine trees that are in the way here. So I figured before we completely get out of here on today's episode, we can add a couple more fields to this farm, get that all set up, and we'll see what else we're able to take care of. But yeah, I think we've solved most of the problems reasonably well. This is just going to be one of those things where we have a whole lot to do. Not always going to be able to accomplish everything, but whatever you can get do. Wow, it is 12:40 a.m. Get done. Whatever you can get done is always worth the time, always worth the effort. So I figured might as well do that. This is going to look funky, I know, but it is square. And one more for the road here. Get this up to 50 units. Looking good. Hit the corner, and then hit this corner. Rather poorly, I suppose. And there we go. Looking nice. And this is going to be a very cool 10-field farm. 8 full-size and 2 miniatures. So, chief crops here, we got potatoes, we got buckwheat. We got wheat and flax. We've got wheat and, or barley and flax, excuse me. This one is wheat and flax. This one is probably going to become barley and flax. And then this one probably, judging by how this stuff is looking, we still need more barley. So, you know what? It's going to be barley and flax once again. And I don't know what this one's going to end up being. It's probably not going to be done by the beginning of March, so we're not going to have to worry about it. Let's check out our rotation here. We've got these two looking good. We got 2 wheat and flax. Those are balanced out nicely. The barley and flax looking pretty good. And then I guess we can go ahead and make this one active. We just don't want stuff to be overlapping incorrectly, you know? So that one's going to be on the first barley. That one's going to be on the second barley. This one can be on flax. Nope, I got to go to the field, which, oh, sheesh, already lost it. There we go. Now we can start on flax. And then I think we'll be good. In terms of potatoes, we have pretty good reserve on that. Buckwheat, we have decent reserve on that. We can always use more. You can always use more. Man, I'm just astounded at how much food we go through. I don't remember having to have this many farms and all this other stuff taken care of in previous iterations of the game. So now, well, we're almost to March anyway, so I might as well stick around and show you what this looks like in full color. But I'm thinking this there's already probably too many fields in this farm. Total units is just shy of 16,000. Total units on this one is just shy of 14. So, you know, maybe we can. 12, just shy of 15. Maybe we can have another their farm up here. But I'm just glad we didn't have more people leave, because we sure had a lot for a while. Hop yards are looking good. Our reforestation areas are looking good. We are hopefully going to be in a much better spot moving forward with that. We haven't sold anything to these guys in a while, so let's take the opportunity to actually go through and properly utilize the trade window instead of just ignoring our messengers like we do most of the time. Because we have plenty we can be selling. Go ahead and just take care of as much of that as we can. Import stuff that we know we're going to need. Chicken eggs. Man, I wish we could export all of this stuff. We just don't have the resources. Honey or apples. We really, we shouldn't be exporting apples anymore. I think we have evolved past the need to export apples. So that'll save us a little bit of time. And a little bit of food. We should plant more orchards also. These guys have been going to town on the iron ore mining. We have a full warehouse of 10,000 iron ore. We're happily chugging along down here in our smeltery. I still kind of want to try to build another one and see if that's even gonna, work correctly. It might not let us, which actually would be kind of funny. Oh. You know what? It might actually let us do this. You know what? Why not? Let's build it. Let's just stick that there while we go about the rest of our very short time remaining in today's episode and see what else we can take care of. It is March, so I can kind of show you, ignore the white lines. But what we're going to end up doing, I know people are kind of coming in from all angles here, so let's come in, try to make this a little bit more secluded here. And just have this kind of fenced off, looking nice there. Almost back this up. I think we could probably just go straight in like that. And now they're going to be forced to come in through that side, and all of this should turn into beautiful grass once again. They'll more or less follow the path of the, path of the path that we've laid out here. We'll get a little bit more stuff nicely put in here. And I think we'll be really happy with it. Got all sorts of other detailing we can do. And I would kind of like to do something else in here. Maybe put in some actual pavement. And of course connect these up with pavements. But that is definitely something for another time. And we'll see exactly what happens when we get there. But yeah, we have plenty of hop storage. I don't think we're ever going to fill this up. But in case we do, got 20,000 storage dedicated to hops that we could easily turn into something else. And our production is still awaiting barley, but once we have all these other fields growing and everything, we should be in very, very good shape. Yeah, so we are about ready to plant. Yeah, we're going to have three fields growing the barley and flax mixture here. And we have 2 fields growing the potatoes and buckwheat mixture, 1 field growing flax and wheat. This one is fallow, even though it probably could grow another one. I don't need to just skip a fallow season because it's able to yield crops. Rotation's important. And it looks like they are probably not going to get this done by the time we have to say goodbye today. So we'll leave that for the next time. Monitor our dairy. Again, they don't have nearly enough to do what they have to do, but that just seems like it's going to be a forever problem. Let's do our culling of the bulls one more time today and send all these guys over to the bull shed. Click incorrectly and cause the game to flip out. I think we're going to get to the part pretty soon where the game just starts rebelling against me because we're trying to do too much too fast at 12 times speed. But it is a very efficient way to get stuff done. So we'll see what happens with that. The game has gotten a lot more optimized since the early days of me doing Let's Plays. So I'm definitely thankful for that. I'm very, very much appreciative that I don't have to constantly worry about it crashing. All right, and there we go. So we have these oxen that also, I had forgotten, were in this cowshed. So we can stick these guys in there. Make sure we're all cleared out. Man, I am just... my mouse is rebelling against me. It says, stop playing the game and go to bed. Well, that should take care of most of our stuff. We'll get some guys over there in the bull shed to... sounds like I'm swearing every time I say that. That's fine. They've got stuff to do. Sheep are looking pretty good. We'll just do another quick round to make sure we're not completely full on wool on any of these, and it looks like we're good. Our additional fulling mills, I think, have helped considerably here. We have these two guys. This one's not stocked? Uh-oh. Okay. Well, let's fix that. I'm glad we checked that out. We'll take care of that just fine. Actually, this is almost done. I take my sweet time fixing stuff at the end of the video, and this is what happens. This is a long video. I don't know how many people are going to stick around to the end of... I'm guessing this is going to be about an hour 20 by the time I do the time-lapsing and everything. But yeah, thanks for being here. If you're made it to this part of the video, you're definitely a diehard. And I appreciate you being here, taking the time out of your day to watch these videos. So as always, if you have anything to say, any ideas, questions, comments, concerns, good-natured, critical feedback, or anything you want to say, comment section's always open. And I welcome anything you have to offer. I always read them. Can't always respond, but I do take your opinions and your thoughts into consideration when continuing, because after all, this is a let's play, not a watch me play the game. And I want to make sure people feel like their voices are being heard. So again, thanks for being here. Big thank you to the Beard Boosters who continue to make things possible here on the channel, supporting me and everything we've got going on. A little bit of extra money every month is extremely, extremely beneficial, very appreciated, but never necessary. So if you're here and you don't want to be part of that, that's completely fine. But if you do, the links are in the description, and would love to have you on board for that. We've got fun stuff coming for those people and everyone else very soon when we get into some other fun content. So hope you'll be a part of that. Hope you'll be a part of everything else we have coming up this weekend. No live stream Sunday because it is Mother's Day in the United States, but Saturday hoping to do another Drowned Nightmare Mode live stream, and we'll see what comes next. But I know I want you there with me wherever all this stuff goes. It looks like we're actually going to be able to use this. So let's just go ahead and get that all locked and loaded. And we're good. There you have it. We can actually run 2 of these just as soon as everything is loaded up and this starts turning. So I think we can be pretty happy with that. Hope whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, you have a fun and a safe time. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.